Hi everyone, and welcome to today's workshop. I wanted to take a couple of seconds to introduce you to the YMCA Employment Services for those of you that are not already familiar. Whether you're looking for an entry-level job or a more senior role, finding a job is never easy, and that's why our free employment programs are here to support you throughout this process. During the times of COVID, we have moved our services online and virtually offer workshops in addition to Monday to Friday from 12 to 2. Employment coaches are here to support you and answer your employment questions in real time. Check out our website for more information about all of the services we have to offer. If you have any questions about today's workshop or any of our free employment programs, please contact one of our sites, St. Catharines, Thorold, or Niagara Falls. Thanks so much and have a great day.
Hi, and thanks for clicking on the video. Today, this video will be going over job searching during COVID-19. So first and foremost, I want to go over what we'll be doing today. We'll be going over the effects of COVID-19, navigating job search. I'm going to provide 4 tips, skills to highlight, either on your resume or on your LinkedIn professional profile, and last but not least, internet safety. So with the rapid spread of COVID-19, it has made 3 unique impacts for job seekers and employers. We've gone over temporary business closures. Because the virus spread so fast, a lot of businesses had to close or discontinue for the time being. This has caused some anxiety for those job seekers, believing that there's less opportunities. So I'm going to show you some ways on how to be more successful in finding those opportunities. Second unique impact has been shifted hiring practices. Traditionally, you would apply for a job. If you were eligible, the employer would contact you for a face-to-face interview. Now with employers practicing the social distancing, that has now shifted into a more virtual world. So either Zoom applications, Skype applications, or telephone interviews. I'll be providing some tips on how to be successful in those as well. Last but not least, mandated remote work. Businesses have had to change over from working in an office to quickly working from home. So I'm going to be providing some information on how to be successful when working from home. So my first tip is use your extra time. This is a very unique and dynamic time where many people have reduced work hours or they have lost employment. So before all that, first and foremost, take care of yourself. Make sure you're taking care of your physical well-being, mental well-being, and spiritual well-being. If you are not taking care of those 3 things, you are not going to be able to produce and be productive at 110%. So make sure you're taking care of yourself first. Use this opportunity to develop new skills with the extra time on your hands. The YMCA Employment and Immigrant Services hosts a variety of workshops, monthly workshops, that you are able to explore. So look out for our monthly calendar. Again, all of our workshops and now webinars are absolutely free to join and to be a part of. So find these online opportunities. Clicking on this video is a great start for learning new skills and having knowledge that you didn't have before. Also use this time to update your resume, LinkedIn profile, or Indeed profile. If you are attached to an employment coach and registered with us, this would be an excellent time to reach out to us, and we can look over those things to boost your profiles to be more successful during this time. Last but not least, clean up your social media. This would be a very good time to go through your social media accounts and make sure you're taking off things there that employers might not necessarily like. So I want to talk about why online. So first and foremost, the accessibility. It's a great resource using online platforms. It's really accessible for job seekers and employers. Companies like to post on these job search engines and websites such as LinkedIn because it hits a very large number of people for a very low limited resources, and it's very cost effective. So it's easily accessible. So back to the social media and job search. About 70% of employers will check your social media when going through the hiring process. So you want to use this extra time, as I mentioned, to clean up your social media platforms. That includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, your LinkedIn profile, anywhere where you have a social media outlet, an employer could potentially be looking at. So you want to be avoiding pictures with drugs and or alcohol, big group shots, and low quality photos. It should just be of you, especially in a professional setting. That way the employer can see who you are out and then have a better idea on the hiring practice. So use this extra time, as I mentioned, to clean up your social media platforms. Again, if you are attached to an employment coach, we can help you make those decisions and give you suggestions on how to clean those up. My second tip is patience. Employers may need time for responses. Even if the job posting says urgent, practice patience. We are getting updates daily during this COVID-19 pandemic. With policy changes, it might take a little bit more time for the employer to reach out to you. So my suggestion is to always be prepped and patient. Now, in order to be prepared, you want to be prepared for two things after you've made the application. You want to be prepared for virtual interviews and phone interviews. So the first thing I want to go over is phone interviews. So in order to be prepared for a phone interview, you want to make sure that your phone is working properly. How do you do this? Make sure you're practicing with a friend. Make sure that the phone number you provided on your resume and or social media platform is accurate. Make sure you have a good signal in the area of the house that you'll be taking the phone interview, and maybe let people in your environment know that you are preparing for a phone interview and will have one in that designated time. That's preparing your environment. Ensure that it's a tidy workspace, it's quiet from all distractions. I know that's easier said than done right now when a lot of people are practicing social isolation. So you might have kids, pets in the home. Do the best you can during this time. You are also allowed to have your resume in front of you. It is your greatest tool when in an interview to make sure that you are providing all the information, the valuable information, to your potential new employer. The next thing would be for video interviews. Very similar to phone interviews, you want to make sure that the technology that the employer is asking to use is working. You can practice with the friend with the same technology. Again, we can also help you at the YMCA Employment and Immigrant Services by doing mock interviews both over the telephone and using one of these platforms to make sure it's working, and we can provide you feedback. You want to clean the area without any distractions behind you, using a very neutral background to limit the distractions to the new potential employer. You want to dress as you would for an in-person interview in the professional setting of that new position. Again, you can have your resume in front of you to make sure you're going to be successful. I want to now highlight the skills you want to highlight when job searching during COVID-19. So first and foremost, technological literacy, strong communication, problem solving, analytical thinking, customer service, organization, teamwork, and adaptability. Why I wanted to highlight these skills is because they're very transferable to the positions that are available during this pandemic, specifically with essential workers. The frontline workers right now need to be learning very quickly. So the one example that I'm using in this video is a grocery store clerk. If you are to see an opportunity for a posting at a grocery store, you want to select the skills that align with this new opportunity. So as a grocery store clerk, you would read the description and identify that customer service, being the top skill, soft skill that you need, would definitely want to be at the top of your resume. And right now, adaptability is huge. Going back to getting daily updates, adaptability will be a huge thing right now to be able to navigate COVID-19 and to show your employer that you are willing to adapt to the constant and consistent changes that are happening during this time. Unfortunately, scammers like to take advantage of COVID-19 as an opportunity on these job search engines, such as Indeed, Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. So they are active in trying to eliminate these scams, but it still can happen. So here are some tips on how to protect your personal information and your financial well-being. You want to verify these companies. Larger companies will have an established email address, actual address, and contact information. So you want to look very closely to make sure that this information matches their websites. Look for spoof emails with minor misspellings that try to copy the contact information of the actual employer. And you can ensure that it's a real company by doing your just a quick background check, either on Google to see if there has been scams with this company before. Again, if you are attached to an employment coach, we can also help you assist you and navigate to make sure you're safe during this process. Next point I want to make is ask questions. You want to be very cautious of high salaries and perks with like a lot of flexibility. If it seems too good to be true, the chances are it is. You want to ask questions to confirm the position. If you see that you're applying for a position and the very next day they hire you without an interview and they double your salary, I'd be very hesitant to move forward with that application. Again, if you are having any uncertainties, please call us and we can help navigate and look over the posting for you and provide you some feedback. You also want to make sure that there's a physical base of operations when they say working from home. Is there someone that you can directly contact or a building that you could directly go to that would have that base of operation, which makes it a little bit more credible as a company? Lastly, you never want to send any form of payment to an employer. You never want to agree to perform any financial transactions on behalf of a potential employer. You never want to agree to a job that involves opening multiple accounts, and never accept money for work you have not performed. All of these things would make you financially and legally in jeopardy if this scam were to follow through. So you want to protect yourself and avoid any transactions with money prior to being hired. I want to say thank you for clicking on this video and learning all these new skills. So I want to go over 2 frequently asked questions before I end this video. So should I be traveling outside my region when job searching for COVID-19? It's an excellent question. That is to your comfort level. If you are seeking an opportunity and it is outside your region and you believe that you can take the necessary precautions and have a vehicle to get there, you are more than welcome to do that. That leads into kind of the next question as well, is it okay to ask the workplace what they are doing to be safe during this time? Absolutely. It is your right as a worker to make sure that you are safe and performing work that is safe for you. So you can ask the employer what they are doing and what precautionary measures they are performing to make sure that you are safe during the outbreak of this virus. I want to say thank you for joining again, and if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at our 3 locations in St. Catharines, Niagara Falls, and Thorold. I hope you're staying safe out there. Thanks and have a good day.